Alright, this video goes along with Math Activity 1-4. What we're looking at today is adding and subtracting fractions. I wanted to go over some of the basic rules about fractions in case this was something you struggled at or just simply forgot. So basically when you're adding and subtracting fractions, there's two things you have to check for. Do you have common denominators or unlike denominators? Because you have to do the problems very differently depending on which situation. Now, the reason it's important is with common denominators, for example, in this one, the denominator is 4. And what that means is that your equal-sized wholes, which I think about these as pizzas because it looks like pizza slices. So you got a little small pizza that's been cut up into 4 slices. And the first time you sit down to eat, you have one slice. And then the phone rings and you have to go talk to your grandma or something for a while. And you come back and you sit down and everyone else finished that pizza and you got another pizza out. And out of this pizza, you had 3 of the 4 slices. So we want to know how much did you have altogether. Well, since the denominators are matching, nothing needs changed. All the pieces are the same size. Essentially what I'm saying is I could have taken this piece and replaced it into that spot, and since they're the same size, you can see that what I would have really had was I had 4 slices when the pizzas were divided into 4 parts. That's what that denominator means. It's how many everything was divided into. Remember, a fraction bar is just a division symbol. So we've divided it into 4 parts. Altogether, we could say that we had one whole pizza, because again, a fraction bar is a division symbol, and 4 divided by 4 makes 1. So even though we ate our pizza slices from 2 different pizzas, maybe the first one was sausage, the second one was pepperoni, the idea is that altogether we ate the same thing as one whole pizza. And the reason that that worked was because the pizza slices were equal sized. Now, if you look at the second one with unlike denominators, so first off, the pizza was cut into just 2 slices. So you had a gigantic slice. And then you went away and came back and had 3 slices of the second pizza. Now, because this slice cannot be replaced into that spot, they are not the same size, and we are not allowed to add these the way they are. What we would have to do is we'd have to come back and chop this one up so that it was cut the exact same way as the other slice, which means that we'd have to find common denominator. That common denominator would be 4. That's where the slices would be all equal sized. If it's cut into 4 slices, they're all a match. And then that means the second one you still had 3, but the first one, since it's now been cut up smaller pieces, you can see that you had 2 of the 4 slices. So finding a common denominator is what has to happen first. And in the end, you can see that you ate 5 of the slices when they were cut up into fourths. All right, so that's the idea of unlike denominators, and that would be a reduced answer. 5 divided by 4 doesn't reduce. Now that you're in big boy math, you don't have to switch to mixed numbers. Improper fractions are perfectly fine. Speaking of improper fractions, that's the second part for today, is can you switch from a mixed number to an improper fraction so that you can do easier adding and subtracting with your fractions. So if I have a problem that looks like this, you can see that this 3 here is your whole number. I had 1, 2, 3 whole pizzas. They were cut into halves, but I still ate the whole entire pizza. And then on this 4th pizza here, I only had 1 slice, or 1 half. So one way to do it is to just go back and say, okay, well, all the pizzas were cut up into 2 slices each. Everything was equal. That's my denominator. And I can go back and just count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 7 slices. 7 halves, essentially. Well, the shortcut for that is to take this 3 and times it by the 2. All right? What that does is it tells you how many slices you ate in those 3 whole pizzas. You had 2 here, 2 here, 2 there for 6. And then you're going to add that numerator, because that numerator 1 was right here. That's that extra 1 slice you ate. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an extra 7th slice. And again, that's how you would change from a mixed number to an improper fraction. And you'll have to do that in some of today's problems. All right, best of luck. I know fractions are lots of fun.